Please continue enjoying your meal as I take this opportunity to tell you more about the College of Arts and Sciences. As I said earlier, our college is the absolute heart of the university. Within our 24 departments and schools, we serve nearly 7,000 students in 162 undergraduate degree options and 44 graduate fields of study. Our impact goes far beyond our own majors, though. The college serves all OSU students as the primary source for general education courses, which are the building blocks for the advanced study in every field. Our college also drives a significant share of the research, scholarship, innovation, and outreach activities of the university. When thinking about precisely what we're trying to achieve with our students, I like to remember that in a speech at the University of Copenhagen in 1950, Winston Churchill said, "The first duty of a university is to teach wisdom, not a trade, character, not technicalities." That's a terrible impersonation, sorry. I believe it is these attributes, along with the single most important thing that anyone can learn, which is how to think, not what to think, that are the crucial lessons of an arts and sciences education. They are what prepare our students to be connected, achieve, and succeed. I would now like to take time to thank the CAS students, faculty, and staff who are making up tonight's special event. Among them are the members of the OSU Jazz Ensemble, part of our Greenwood School of Music, our gifted vocalist, and the members of the ROTC units. We're proud to have both the Air Force and Army ROTCs in our college. Thank you as well to our ambassadors, communication interns, and graduate students who are helping our outreach team with the coordination of tonight's festivities. I would also like to recognize some important guests here tonight. If you are able, please stand as I read your name. From OSU, we welcome Dr. Jeanette Mendez, Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs. Former OSU President Burns Hargis and former First Cowgirl Ann Hargis. Dean Randy Kluver of the School of Local Studies and Partnerships. And Interim Dean Jean van der Linden from OSU's Graduate College. Thank you all for being here. Just a couple more things before I hand over to the MC. I'd like to share a few of the highlights of our past year. During the 2022-23 academic year, 6 of 10 Niblock Scholars, 14 of 42 Wentz Research Scholars, 15 of the 47 Seniors of Significance, and 5 of the 21 Outstanding Seniors were CAS students. CAS also had 2 Goldwater Scholarship winners, Charlie Viermeyer, who is a microbiology and molecular biology major, and Georgia Eastman, who I have to admit is an agriculture student, but she does do her research in the chemistry department. Thanks to the work of the CAS faculty, OSU was chosen as one of just 14 institutions across the country to host the prestigious Beckman Scholars Program that supports research experiences in the fields of microbiology and molecular genetics, chemistry, integrative biology, and physics. 6 of our faculty members also secured funding from the National Science Foundation to do cross-disciplinary research on COVID-19 and future pandemics. Their area of expertise include history, geography, integrative biology, mathematics, and strategic communications. This shows how important for our future transdisciplinary research is and we are at the forefront of it in CAS. For incoming freshmen, a new STEM Bridge program and STEM Living and Learning program were introduced this summer. These CAS-supported resources offer students the unique opportunity to live and study with peers pursuing degrees in STEM majors. CAS faculty have partnered with Catholic Charities of Eastern Oklahoma to help Payne County jail inmates earn high school diplomas. Doctors Catherine Weiland from psychology, Melissa Mills from mathematics, and Eric Howerton from English are teaching courses and administering tests in this unique form of community outreach. Our partnership with the National Groundwater Association, NGWA University, is gaining traction in training current and future geoscience professionals. That includes K-12 outreach, academic curricula, and workforce development. Be on the lookout for a national campaign soon, bringing more attention to the people and resources we have here at CAS who are helping solve the world's water problems. Answering a call from Provost Mendez, 4 CAS faculty members are leading initiatives under part of President Trump's We Are Land Grant strategic plan. Doctors James Knapp from geology, Tamara Mix from sociology, Rebecca Brian from art, and Steph Link from English are helping ensure OSU becomes the preeminent land grant university in the nation. These are obviously just a few of the many things CAS has been up to this past year. Each of you received a copy of the annual magazine, Connect. It was on your seats, where you can read about even more of our college's accomplishments. The College of Arts and Sciences is an amazing place. Thank you for being here so we can celebrate you, our alumni, who make our college what it is. We hope you'll join us in October for our homecoming reunion. It is another chance for us to celebrate being a CAS cowboy. We'll also be giving out commemoration pins to those who graduated 25 or 50 years ago. Now, without further ado, let me introduce tonight's MC, Oklahoma native Kelly Odell. You'll know Kelly from his time as a broadcast journalist and former KWTV anchor. He is a fellow alumnus of OSU and just this year joined the faculty of the School of Media and Strategic Communications. Please welcome Kelly Odell.
Doesn't he just sound like a dean is supposed to sound? I mean, that accent, that's so cool. I know professors aren't supposed to say that, but I'm hardly a professor, let me tell you. My kids will tell you that. I've been thrilled to be back up here and having a great time. Before we go any further, I want to thank our servers tonight. Hey, guys in the kitchen and out here on the floor, thank you so much. Man, free-range chicken, that was outstanding, guys. Appreciate that. And that was an outstanding Winston Churchill, too. You know, when I took the job to come back up here and teach in the broadcast building, I got a text immediately. The first person who texted me, guess who it was? Ann Hargis. Yeah, Ann, thank you for that. And it kind of reminded me of a few months earlier where Burns called me and said he wanted me to give the commencement speech. And of course I answered, who is this? But Burns was serious about it, and I don't know why he took that chance. I guess it eventually ended your career. Am I right, Burns? It's great to see you guys back up here. We love you. We're honored to be celebrating so many CAS alumni who are truly deserving of recognition from our alma mater. And this tells you something about my age. I have a contact in this eye and these high-dollar, $5 glasses. Now it's like this big, my print is. I can't see anything but an orange glow out there. The impressive group of alumni we're honoring tonight represent each pillar within the College of Arts and Sciences, Arts and Humanities, Social Sciences, and Math and Sciences. They were selected by faculty within the department from which they were graduated. We'll begin with the 2023 Rising Star Award. I think this is cool. This is kind of the young guns. This honor recognizes alumni who have shown promising professional accomplishments, exemplary community service, and proven commitments to volunteerism within their first 10 years after graduation. I don't think I would have held up too well in comparison after my first 10 years. Then we're going to award the 2023 Distinguished Alumni. These outstanding individuals have made great contributions to their professions, given remarkable service to their regions, and demonstrated a passionate commitment to OSU. I think of these as the all-stars. And our program will conclude with the induction of our 3 newest College of Arts and Science Hall of Fame members. Begun in 2015, the Hall of Fame is the highest honor the college bestows upon its alumni. It recognizes graduates who have achieved exceptional success in their professional careers, displayed effective leadership, made exemplary contributions to their community, and shown great loyalty to Oklahoma State University. I think of them as the legends. So there we go. As I read your name, I'm going to ask you to come up here to the left side. You can take the speed ramp. You can run if you want. It'd be cool. Take the speed ramp up here behind me, and you'll be going across the stage that way, okay? When I read your name, just come on, so I got a little bio to read about you. Okay. You guys are going to love these bios. These accomplishments and the things that these people have done already is just amazing. Our first honoree is 2015 graduate Emily Ramsire Collins. Emily. I see her in the orange glow. There she is. You can take the stairs if you'd rather. Okay. Emily graduated from the School of Media and Strategic Communications with a degree in multimedia journalism. During her time at OSU, Emily took a public affairs reporting class that taught her the importance of a journalist's role as a watchdog and inspired her to learn more about the legal system. That led to her attending the University of College of Law, where she earned her Juris Doctor in 2018. Yeah, well, okay. We could have made accommodations, I'm sure. Emily is now an associate in the Oklahoma City office of Gable Gottwalls, advising clients in estate and tax planning, guardianships, probate, and trust administration. Her resume includes interning for Judge W. Eugene Davis on the United States Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals and Chief Judge Gregory Frizzell of the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of Oklahoma. She is an active member of the Junior League of Oklahoma City, volunteers with Restore Oklahoma City, Hugh O'Brien Youth Leadership, and the Oklahoma City Chi Omega Alumni. She's married to her husband Taylor in May of 2023. They enjoy playing golf and pickleball, as well as attending OSU sporting events. Emily Ramsire Collins. And I already skipped a page. That's because I'm using my script. Oh, it's so much easier when you got a teleprompter. There we go. I ate dinner with her. I don't know how I skipped her. Our first honoree, actually our first 1B honoree, is Department of Art, Graphic Design, and Art History graduate Amber DeBras Shepard. Amber. Have you been waiting in the shadows since I messed that up earlier? She's a sweetheart. Along with being an artist, illustrator, and educator, Amber is a culture bearer. She uses her talent to depict contemporary Native American artwork based on her Navajo, Sac and Fox, and Prairie Band Potawatomi heritage. Amber, who earned her Bachelor of Fine Arts degree in 2016, works primarily in oil paint, 2D mixed media, typography, digital art, and sound. Previously the manager of education and outreach at the Maybe Guerra Museum of Art, Amber has her own gallery in Shawnee and is the assistant director for the School of Visual Art at another school. She did inform me, though, that she carries a Pistol Pete mug with wherever she is on campus, and she said she's going to get a red car. So I don't know. She's pretty confused. In 2020, Amber was commissioned by First Americans Museum in Oklahoma City to create a large oil painting that was digitally converted into a mural for the Winneco Life of an Object exhibition. In 2021, she was chosen as one of the Oklahoma Visual Art Coalition's Spotlight Artists, and in 2022, she curated the Beauty of Indigenous Cradleboards exhibition at Maybe Guerrier Museum of Art. Amber DeBras Shepherd. Sorry, Amber. Should we go back and do Emily again? No, we'll just move on. Our third and final rising star is 2015 computer science graduate Victoria Sumdersurf Edmonds. Computer science wasn't exactly the field Victoria planned to go into when she came to OSU. She had expressed an interest in solving crimes digitally using mathematics like she'd seen on TV. But after taking just one CS course, she fell in love with it. Victoria interned with ExxonMobil and secured a full-time job with them in New Jersey after graduating in 2015. She stayed with ExxonMobil until just this August when she took the position of Principal Systems Administrator at Schrodinger in New York. In addition to her OSU degree, Victoria earned a master's degree from Columbia University in 2019. Her body of work includes the development of algorithms, platform design, and the architecture of strategy for some of the largest supercomputers in the world. My brain is melting. She holds several patents, publications, and recognitions in the field of machine learning. Victoria is married to Todd, who received the CAS Rising Star Award last year. Together they enjoy glass-blowing classes, cooking new foods with Victoria's grandmother, and they're active in serving their Jersey City community. Congratulations to all of our 2023 Rising Stars, Emily, Amber, and Victoria. Okay, as they take a picture, we're getting ready to move to our distinguished alumni. And Elizabeth and yes. Are you clapping because you think I'm on the right page? I hope. Okay. Our first distinguished alumnus is Lisa Wingate from the Department of English. Listen to this. Lisa is the author of the #1 New York Times bestseller, Before We Were Yours, which remained on the bestseller list for over 2 years and has sold 3.5 million copies. She has penned 32 novels and co-authored 1 nonfiction book, Before and After. Her works have been selected for state and community one-book reads across the country and have been published in over 40 languages and have appeared on bestseller lists worldwide. Lisa was inspired to become a writer by a first-grade teacher who said she expected to see Lisa's name in a magazine someday. Well, that's happened. Lisa honed her literary love at OSU, where she spent many hours in the library keeping company with the books. Or I really like this, sitting on the steps of Morrill Hall writing unapproved biographies of the students who passed by. It's good practice. Lisa married into a big family of Southern tall tale enthusiasts who never let the truth get in the way of a good story. Lisa lives with her husband in North Texas now, where she is part of the Wingate clan of storytellers. Lisa Wingate. That's amazing. She is prolific, isn't she? How do you write that much? Thank you, Lisa. Our distinguished alumni from the Department of History is Ray Smith. He's unable to join us tonight because of a family emergency, but we wanted to read the information on him because I know you're going to be impressed like I was. Ray is a retired U.S. Marine Corps Major General, born and raised in Carter 9, Oklahoma. I have 4 kids named after Oklahoma towns. None of them are Carter 9. Have any of you guys ever heard of Carter 9? I hadn't either. I've been here my whole life. No one? It's a little ghost town between Pawhuska and Ponca City. I just thought I'd pass that along, that little tidbit. You can use that later on as an icebreaker. Ray is from Carter 9, Oklahoma. He attended OSU for 1 year before joining the Marine Corps in 1965, returning to graduate 15 years later. Ray then earned master's degrees from the Naval War College and Salve Regina College and was awarded an honorary doctorate from Campbell University. Major General Smith commanded infantry units at all levels and received awards for service in combat that included the Navy Cross, Defense Distinguished Service Medal, Navy Marine Corps Distinguished Service Medal, 2 Silver Stars, 2 Legions of Merit, the Bronze Star, and 3 Purple Hearts. He retired from the Marine Corps in 1999, but he returned to accompany the 1st Marine Division in 2003, later penning an eyewitness account of the march from Kuwait to Baghdad. Ray is the co-founder and chairman of the board of Sandbox, a communications technology company that provides support to military members and their families. He currently lives on a ranch near Sedan, Kansas. He has 3 sons, 1 daughter, and 4 granddaughters. Ray Smith. Next distinguished alum is Sabine J. Davis, the honoree from the Department of Languages and Literatures. Sabine graduated with a bachelor's degree in French and German from OSU in 1993, and in 1995 she earned a master's in English, teaching English as a second language with an emphasis on linguistics. She's very stealthy. Since 2001, Sabine has been teaching French language and culture courses at Washington State University as a career track faculty member. She became the head of the French section in 2008. In 2011, Sabine received the WSU College of Liberal Arts Excellence in Teaching by a Clinical Faculty Award and was inducted into the WSU Teaching Academy in 2014. Sabine has developed 2 courses at WSU, an introductory linguistics course and an innovative capstone course, French Culture Through Wine. I don't know. That would have been packed out here when I was here, I'll tell you that. Sabine also collaborated with colleagues to create a new degree, French for Professions, which aligns French language and culture study with students' future professional goals. She is a French cinema enthusiast, founding the Palouse French Film Festival in 2010. For its 12th edition this October, the festival will present 4 French films to an audience of students, faculty, and Francophiles. I just like that word, Francophiles. All right, Sabine J. Davis, congratulations, thank you. Francophiles. Tonight's distinguished alumni from the Greenwood School of Music is Kimberly Strickland. Wow. He's ready to get it on with it. Go, Kimberly, go. Kimberly is known in the music world as Kim Scott, is a #1 Billboard charting jazz recording artist and one of the most sought-after classical and contemporary jazz flutists. After starting out on piano and violin, Kim picked up a flute at age 9 and she never looked back after that. She graduated from the University of Alabama before earning her Master of Music in Pedagogy and Performance from OSU in 2000. Kim has 5 albums to her credit, including the 2011 debut Crossing Over and her most recent album, Shine. She has performed with Jonathan Fritzen, James Lloyd, Jasmine Gent, Greg Manning, and others. Kim is known for her exceptional tone, intoxicating melodies, and flawless technique. She has impressed global audiences in live performances and on the airwaves as an Inversion Records artist. She also is hosting the weekly radio jazz program, Block Party Radio. Kim is an administrator and flute instructor at the Alabama School of Fine Arts and Fine Arts and performs at the Tuscaloosa Symphony Orchestra. You know what? You need a hobby. Kim and her husband, Stephen, have 3 sons and reside in Alabama. Kimberly Strickland. Kimberly, thank you. Next up, from the Department of Philosophy, Charles Onstott is tonight's honoree. Charles earned a BA in philosophy from OSU in 1992, an MA in divinity from the University of Chicago in 1993. He is currently a PhD student at Virginia Tech. I've read his background a little bit, and it surprises me. I didn't expect to see these job affiliations line up with this. Listen to this. Over the course of his career, Charles has worked with the Department of Defense, Department of Homeland Security, Environmental Protection Agency, NASA, and the intelligence community to take advantage of technologies like cloud computing, cybersecurity, data analytics, and artificial intelligence. I told you this stuff's fascinating, you guys. Charles worked for 27 years at, I'm going to say SAIC. Do you guys say SAIC or do you spell it out? S-A-I-C? S-A-I-C, okay. Let's see. Charles worked for 27 years with SAIC, a Fortune 500 technology integrator, where he held multiple senior level positions. Since 2021, he has served as the Senior VP and Chief Technology Officer at Caliber Systems. Charles was a founding leader of several enduring capabilities that deliver innovation to the government, thank goodness, including SAIC's Integrated Services Management Center and Innovation Factory and Caliber's Innovation Center. In 2020, he was named Public CTO of the Year by Washington Executive. Charles and his wife and daughters live in Virginia, where he enjoys participating in endurance mountain bike races. What is wrong with you? No, Charles, we're very proud of you. We're proud that you're a cowboy. Our next honoree is Danita Teft from the Department of Communications, Sciences, and Disorders. Danita earned her master's in speech-language pathology from OSU in 1982 and went on to serve people of all ages in hospitals, private practice, public schools, group homes, skilled nursing facilities, and in the university. From 2004 to 2021, Danita held several different positions in the Department of Communications, Science, and Disorders here at OSU, including coordinator of the Speech-Language Hearing Clinic, graduate coordinator, lecturer, and clinic supervisor. Danita enjoyed serving as an educator and supervisor to numerous student clinicians and interns. Danita now works at Stillwater Medical Center on the acute and rehabilitation floors. She has conducted research on cognitive readiness for powered mobility in very young children, resulting in multiple publications and presentations. She conducted seminars related to neurogenic communication cognitive disorders in children and adults with traumatic brain injury. Other areas of expertise include reading disorders related to auditory processing, feeding and swallowing issues, early intervention, and fluency disorders. Danita is the proud adoptive mom of two great young men, Brian and Jonathan. She and her dog Leo are also active Pete's Pet Posse members. Ladies and gentlemen, Danita Teft. From the School of Media and Strategic Communications, we're recognizing alumnus Gary Shutt. A Bartlesville native, Gary graduated with a journalism degree from OSU in 1974. His education and experience at the Ocala and OSU Sports Information Office led to opportunities throughout his career. He had an interesting career, too. Gary's job as a sports writer at the Daily Ardmorite and Tulsa World and assistant sports information director at the University of Arkansas opened the door to nearly 24-year career with Southwestern Bell, now AT&T. There he held various public relations positions, including speechwriter for the chairman. Gary's OSU ties brought him back to Stillwater in 2005 as OSU Director of Communications. He oversaw the university's media relations, internal communications, website, creation and growth of social media and video platforms, and communication support to the university president. Gary retired from his full-time position in 2018, but he continued to support former OSU President Burns Hargis. He taught crisis communications and sports media classes in the School of Media and Strategic Communications until 2021. Gary and his wife Cheryl live in Edmond. They have two sons, Casey and Tristan, a daughter-in-law, Sarah, and three grandchildren, Cora, Henry, and Oliver. And I've enjoyed my many years of getting to work with him. Gary Shutt. Our honoree tonight from the Department of Political Science is Carrie Alexander. Carrie, while at OSU, Carrie's involvement included the Delta Tau Delta Fraternity, CAS Student Council, Wentz Research Scholars, President's Leadership Council, Order of Omega Honor Society, and more. I didn't know you had all that going on. I wonder why I never saw you running around. Carrie went on to graduate from Georgetown Law School in 1989 while working as a legislative aide to Senator David Bourne. He practiced law in Dallas, Santa Barbara, and San Diego, proving that he could not hold down a steady job. Is he coming? All right. In 1998, he returned to Oklahoma to manage Robert Butkin's campaign for state treasurer. He then joined Butkin's staff as director of legislation, public policy, and communication, and he oversaw the launch of the Oklahoma College Savings Plan, now called OK 529. Carrie is a senior director at TIAA CREF and a Leadership Oklahoma board member. He's also the founder of the annual Remember the 10 event, which honors members of OSU men's basketball community who died in the 2001 plane crash. Carrie and his wife Carol live in Oklahoma City. They have 4 sons, Calvin, Nicholas, Jackson, and Luke. Calvin is an OSU grad. Way to go, Calvin. And the Alexander's other boys are looking forward to becoming Cowboys as well. What I have heard, boys, is you can go wherever you want, but your money's going to Stillwater. So, is that right, Carrie? Okay, good deal. Carrie Alexander. Our next distinguished alum is Larry Hank Hankla from the Department of Sociology. While at OSU, Hank was active in the Beta Theta Pi fraternity, Student Senate, and numerous musical groups. He was a top 5 sophomore, and then it kind of fell off from there. Oh, no, I lost my place. He was a Blue Key Honor Society member. I guess he kept it going. Following graduating in 1968, Hank worked for U.S. Senators Mike Monroney and Fred Harris. He then earned his law degree from Georgetown and became a member of the Oklahoma and District of Columbia bars. He was the chair of both the D.C. Bar's Energy, Environment, and Natural Resources Committee and the D.C. Bar Chairman's Council. Hank was one of the first clean air enforcement attorneys at the EPA and practiced law in D.C. until 1997. After retiring, I love this, he taught elementary school math until 2010. Hank is vice chairman of the Dombach Peacekeepers Fellowship Founders Council, which is part of OSU Global. Hank and his wife Judith live in North Carolina now, where he continues to teach math at the Emily K. Center and plays trumpet in 2 bands. The Hanklas have 2 children, David and Elizabeth, and 2 grandchildren. Larry Hank Hankla. Our honoree for the Department of Chemistry this evening is Gary S. Smith. Gary earned his bachelor's degree from Southwestern Oklahoma State University in 1982. In 1986, he received a PhD from OSU in organic chemistry with a focus on medicinal and organosulfur chemistries. I knew I was going to stumble on that. Did I get it right, Gary? Organosulfur? Okay. He then shifted into a 35-year career in industrial chemistry. Gary spent much of his career with Arkema Incorporated, where his roles included project team leadership, product application, R&D, and process development for small molecule organosulfur and amine products. Wow. That's the first time I passed. Gary launched new products and processes along with 38 patents and publications. He now runs Smith Chem Tech, a consulting firm advising clients on chemical product development and scale up. While at OSU, Gary met Soon Man Han, who was pursuing her PhD in analytical chemistry. Gary and Soon married in 1988, remaining together until her death in 2022. Soon also had a successful industrial chemistry career, which included receiving FDA approvals for 3 anti-cancer drugs at GlaxoSmithKline. Gary and Soon loved traveling, visiting 85 countries together. Cowpokes at heart, the couple found the Smith-Hahn Chemistry Scholarship Endowment, which supports OSU chemistry students. Gary S. Smith. Isn't it amazing? Wow. Tonight's distinguished alumni from the Boone Pickens School of Geology is Landon W. Holman II. Landon, who is a native of Stillwater, has 50 years of oil and gas exploration experience. He worked for Sun Oil Company, Tenneco Oil, Cobra Oil and Gas, Louisiana Land and Exploration, and Mewbourne Oil. From 2003 to 2013, Lanny was a geoscience manager for Chesapeake Energy. In 2013, he founded Red Mountain Energy with 3 partners, retiring from the company in 2021. Larry is a certified petroleum geologist and longtime member of multiple state and national geological societies, including a director with the Oklahoma Geological Foundation. He also recently joined the State Capitol Publishing Museum in Guthrie. He is a member of the Alumni Advisory Board for the School of Geology, serving as Director at Large and Chairman. In 2021, he received the Honorary Membership Award and Lifetime Membership with the College of Arts and Sciences Dean Circle, along with his wife, Kathy. Lanny enjoys traveling with Kathy and spending time with their 2 daughters, Diana and Angela, their sons-in-law, and 6 grandchildren. Their sons-in-law, yeah, the sons-in-law, I'll mention them. Now, Diana, Angela, their sons-in-law, and 6 grandchildren. Landon, congratulations. Our next honoree is Tanya Johnson. Tanya's from the Department of Statistics. I hated that class. Whew. I have a lot of respect for you, Tanya, that you can figure that out. Tanya grew up in Duncan, Oklahoma, and earned both her bachelor's in mathematics and master's in statistics from OSU. Tanya then joined the statistical department of the University of Texas Medical Branch in Galveston, where she worked on medical research and collaborated with organizations such as Shriner Burns. Tanya moved to Boston in 1978, worked at several cutting-edge software engineering companies, including Digital Equipment Corporation and Wang Laboratories. In fact, Tanya was the general manager for the Wang office, one of the first electronic messaging products. In 1992, Tanya relocated to the Bay Area, leading product and engineering groups at Oracle Corporation and Clarify. I should have studied harder in statistics, I'm telling you. At Clarify, Tanya played a crucial role in building a successful customer relationship management software business. And listen to this, the multi-billion-dollar sale of the CRM software in 2000 was the highest price paid for a software company at that time. Tanya co-founded and served as CEO of Hierarchy, a skills assessment platform for recruiters, and has advised technology startups focused on the financial space. Tanya enjoys traveling with her husband, spending time with her family, especially her grandkids. Tanya Johnson. Yeah. Our final Distinguished Alumni Award goes to retired U.S. Air Force Major General L.D. Johnston, who is an Air Force ROTC and economics alumnus. This is a fascinating story. L.D. graduated from Choctaw High School and received a commission through the Air Force ROTC program at OSU. He graduated with a bachelor's degree in economics in 1970, completed pilot training at Vance Air Force Base. LD flew a combat tour in Vietnam in the F-4 Phantom fighter. When he was shot down by anti-aircraft fire, a Navy helicopter manned by another guy from Choctaw High School rescued him. What are the odds? Providence, I'd say. For the next 20 years, LD flew the F-16 Falcon fighter with duties as the commander of a squadron, Top Gun, 2 combat-coded fighter wings, and his first air expeditionary force deployed for combat over Iraq. His last command was the Air Force Weapons Center at Nellis Air Force Base in Nevada, and we got a lot of questions about this part of it, which included responsibility for 20,000 personnel, the Thunderbirds, Top Gun, and Area 51. Area 51, if you couldn't hear me. So we'll be having a little roundtable discussion later on, if that's all right, General. I'm not finished. He's out of here. He's not going to talk to me. LD's rich Oklahoma heritage includes his great-grandfather participating in the land run, homesteading in Choctaw. LD's wife of 53 years, Sherry, also a Choctaw native and OSU grad. Their son, Richard, purchased the homestead this year, and his son will be the 6th generation Johnston to live there. LD Johnston. LD, thank you. Proud of you. Please join me in congratulating the 2023 Distinguished Alumni for their outstanding careers and commitment to OSU. Okay, so those are the All-Stars, and now we're getting to the legends here, and we've got 3 of them. We're going to finish tonight's awards by inducting 3 new members to the College of Arts and Sciences Hall of Fame. Among their many accomplishments, Bill Goldston, Chick Dombach, and Ron Ward have made exemplary contributions to their fields and shown great loyalty to OSU in doing it. The college has put together a tribute video for each of you, Bill, Chick, and Ron, so if you'll stay seated so that you can enjoy your video tribute, stay at your table and we'll bring you up afterward. I'll invite you to the stage. You can have your bios and videos and so forth, but I want you to stay at your table so you can watch it. Our first inductee is Bill Goldston, who was born in Hatch, New Mexico, grew up on a farm in southern Oklahoma. Bill graduated from OSU with a Bachelor of Fine Arts in 1966. He continued his art education at the University of Minnesota with 2-year hiatus when he was drafted by the Army to serve as a commercial printer. At the time, Zygmunt Preed, Bill's printmaking instructor, asked if he would accompany him to work for Tatiana Grossman at a world-renowned fine art printing company, Universal Limited Art Editions, at Skidmore Place in New York. Bill flew back and forth from Minneapolis to New York until completing his Master of Fine Arts in 1971. He has been at ULAE ever since. When Tatiana Grossman passed away in 1982, Bill assumed responsibility for ULAE, expanding its operation and community while continuing the company's artistic traditions and the visions of its founder. Since the 80s, Bill has also provided unique opportunities for OSU art students through the ULAE internship program. Listen to this. The students live in New York for a time, working alongside world-class artists at ULAE and attending museum and gallery exhibitions. As of today, more than 100 OSU students have lived at Skidmore Place. That's amazing. Congratulations, Bill. Take a look at this video.
This little Oklahoma boy from Lindsay, Oklahoma, has museum directors from all over the world reaching out to him. He collaborates with the Queen of Norway, and they are very good friends, and they work on projects together. And so, I mean, he is big time in the art world.
Bill is a fascinating story, but my first real substantive conversation with him was he called me and he said, you know, you need a museum. You need an art museum. And I get that about a lot of stuff. You need a new stadium. We need a new building. We need to do this or do that. Rarely do I hear what the second thing he said was, and I'm going to help you get it. Bill ended up being an investor in the museum, but what he really did so great was bring us exhibitions. And often the artists would come with the exhibitions. And it was really a genre of art that we just didn't have in Oklahoma. It really introduced our students and our patrons and our alums to a whole new world. The other thing Bill has done for OSU, and he's done this for years, is he has interns come to New York and actually intern for him and in his operation. And then he just introduces them around the art world in New York City, and it's a wonderful experience for anybody interested in that.
When they go there, Bill gives them a car, gives them a place to live, and he kind of forces them, I mean, because these are little kids that have never been to New York before, but he forces them to go in to Midtown to go meet these people, and they get to go to their studios, and they get to work with them in the studio as well. And he wants them to go to every one of the museums. And so he gives they don't just go there to work, they go there to experience New York and the art world and see as much as they possibly can. He's changed so many lives of these students at OSU, and I've known a lot of them.
Going to New York and meeting all these amazing artists and seeing these crazy galleries and museums that so many people from Oklahoma and surrounding states just are never going to be able to see. I would say that Bill taught me to stay curious and really immerse myself wherever I'm at. I'm in New York City, and then also technical practice of really getting to know the medium that you're working in.
I think it's the perfect rags to riches story. I mean, it's the great OSU land grant story of kid coming from very little and making it to the top of the art world. I mean, I just don't know how many people from places like Lindsay, Oklahoma know the Queen of Norway. I mean, Bill he gets around. And it's exactly what the land grant mission is. It's to give students an opportunity to be all they can be. And most students take advantage of that. Bill really did.
I think Bill deserves to be inducted into the Hall of Fame because of his innovation, his mind, and then just how helpful he is to students, to artists, really to anybody that comes by, because he, wants to see people succeed.
Bill is one of the most positive people I've ever known, and that attitude goes a long way in achieving your dreams.
Bill, come on up if you would. I told you it was amazing what these folks have done, isn't it? Aren't you just astounded by the accomplishments in this room? Bill, you want to share a few words? Now we spring it on you, right?
This is such an honor for me. I'm sure a lot of you have had the opportunity to sit on your father's lap and have him read you stories from a storybook for you when you were a child. My life was a little different. I read the stories to my father because he couldn't read or write. And for me to be in this position to receive this award tonight is a great honor, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
There we go. Thank you, Bill. Our second Hall of Fame inductee tonight is Charles Chick Dombach. Chick attended OSU on a football scholarship, but found his true calling off the field advocating for change. After graduating in 1967, Chick volunteered for the Peace Corps. His work in a Colombian fishing village led him to becoming president and CEO of the National Peace Corps Association decades later. Over the years, Chick worked with the Alliance for Peace Building, Operation Respect, and other organizations devoted to peace. He helped write 2 books on nonprofit governance and was an adjunct faculty member at Johns Hopkins and American University. Chick and Congressman John Garamendi worked with the leaders of Ethiopia and Eritrea to reach a peace agreement in 2000, and the 2 men played similar roles, helping the Democratic Republic of the Congo end a civil war there. The African nation of Mali designated Chick a knight, the highest honor the country bestows any foreigner. In 2017, Chick was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. In 2022, the Dombach Peace Builder Endowed Fellowship Fund was established within OSU Global, awarding scholarships to outstanding graduate students. Congratulations to Chick. Now let's watch your tribute video, and then we'll have you come up.
whether he's negotiating peace between warring factions, whether he's mentoring young leaders, whether he's working to preserve peace for his legacy or inspiring others to lives of service. Chick's energy, his vision, his life's work has focused on building peace and serving humanity. And that commitment is what makes him worthy of all the honors he is being given.
Whatever I think about Chick Dambach, what I comes out of him immediately is unmatched dream for a better world. He has a very positive way of imagining the world where people live side by side in peace. He's such a peace addict.
I would say that Chick is a person who has championed the cause of peace and elevated the dignity and common humanity of all people. And I believe there's no more important calling than that.
He had ideals he was committed to in terms of service and in terms of the way service should encompass not just the campus and the students, but the people of the state, and should go beyond the state and even beyond the borders of our nation.
He's never shy to step up for Africa. I feel like he has been there for the continent. And I think oftentimes people create an environment where they tell African stories and it becomes distorted narrative. But that is not Chick. Chick creates a platform where African people are given opportunity to tell their stories and they own their stories.
Chick embodied the OSU ideal of spreading the benefits of education and knowledge beyond the campus. Oklahoma State's well known for its overseas involvement, and Chick really felt that he had an obligation to take what he knew, spread it beyond the state, beyond the country, make it available to as many people as he could. And that was a commitment he always followed.
May Oklahoma State University deliver your dream for a better world and through education and supporting. You have done a good job. We will always cherish you. Thank you for being such an inspiration to me and to millions of African children around the world. May peace prevail in your name. Thank you, Chick. You're my brother.
Here we go. There we go. Chick Dambach, folks. You say a couple words?
I'll say a few words. The main thing is say thank you, OSU. All of this began on this campus. My fellow students, Hank Ankler, who was honored earlier, is one of my classmates and best of friends over the years. Jim Troxel is here. Phenomenal faculty that took an interest in this young guy who was trying to figure out what to do with his life. And I found uniquely here the faculty really cared about students, and that just made all the difference in the world. And I've just been given incredible opportunities to do things, and all I did was take advantage of the opportunities that came along. And so thank you to all of you, and thank you to OSU. Oh, and thanks, my wife. I can't leave the stage without thanking my dear wife, Kay, and our kids who put up with me all these years. Thank you, Kay.
Thank you, Chick. Congratulations. Our third and final Hall of Fame inductee for 2023 is Mr. Ron Ward. Growing up in Stigler, Oklahoma, Ron learned at an early age the value of education and a strong work ethic. His mother, Gladys, was a school teacher. His father, James, was a rancher. Ron took those attributes to Stillwater to attend OSU, graduating in 1972. While at OSU, Ron met his wife Cindy, and together they started Ward Construction and Ward Investments. Both companies are now approaching 50 years in operation. Ron has served as chairman of the Associated Builders and Contractors of Oklahoma, chairman of the El Reno Public Schools Foundation, councilman for the city of El Reno, and chairman of the OSU Alumni Board of Directors. Ron has dedicated a great deal of time and energy to improving his alma mater, including overseeing the construction of the ConocoPhillips Alumni Center while serving as the OSU Alumni Association president. His philanthropy includes the Ward Family Fund that regularly gives to the educational, faith, and nonprofit causes. Ron and Cindy have two children-in-law, and 4 grandchildren. Ron's hobbies include golf, fishing, hunting, piloting his plane, and of course supporting OSU sports teams. Take a look at Ron's video.
There's so many great things to say about him. He's got integrity, he's a hard worker, he's a smart guy, he's fair, he's honest. I think every guy needs a foxhole man, you know, somebody that's, that if you're, foxhole is a wartime term, you know, if you're in a foxhole with somebody, you want somebody in that foxhole that's will be willing to lay down his life for you, and you're willing to lay down your life for him. Ron Ward is my foxhole man.
Well, I met Ron Ward when we were both freshmen at Oklahoma State in 1967. When we were going to school, he was the person that most of us would lean on when it came to computer science or statistics and so on, math. He's sharp as he could be and had a great sense of humor, smart, and just a whole lot of fun to be with. He's also a very good athlete. So we competed, you know, in football and basketball, wrestling, you name it. We were pretty scrappy way back then, 100 years ago. And we just had a whole lot of fun.
There were a group of us, about 4 or 5 of us, that were active in a lot of the civic stuff. I even shanghaied him on the council one year and shanghaied him into the hospital board, and he never has forgiven me for those. But those are the kind of things where we just developed a closer and closer relationship.
You know, when we first saw him, you know, this kid from Stigler, he didn't talk for about the first, he was really shy. Now we can't get him to shut up. So that's what his personality's like now. Talks all the time. So, but it's super enjoyable. I'm just happy that he's in my life, really.
He's just pretty much a straight shooter. You know where he stands, whether you like it or not. And he's easy to work with once you determine where you need to go. You can work with him because his goals. He's got integrity out the wazoo. He's just a good guy. You know, you just if he says he's going to do something, he'll do it. Come hell or high water. I like that.
I think the most fun. He's a sports nut, you know, and so probably our most fun time is we went to the 1984 Summer Olympics in LA. And he didn't want to miss an event. We go down on the field, okay? This wouldn't happen today. We go down the field. We're about 100 feet from the finish line, and here comes Carl Lewis right at us like a rocket. And we see him cross the finish line, looking right in his eyes. And Ron said, let's get to the basketball game. So we ran out, got in our car, drove to the Coliseum, and we did get a convertible. You know, we thought we were cool. We got a convertible. And drove to the Coliseum, watched the USA play Canada in basketball. And the next day, we watched Karch Karai win the gold medal in men's volleyball for the USA. And we chanted USA the whole time.
One thing, he bleeds orange. You know, that there's no doubt when you're talking with him what schools he liked. He helped build the new Beta House. And he said he puts his time and effort into those kind of things. And he's been that way ever since I
would say Ron Ward is bigger than life. He's a large man. He's energetic. He's fun. He's hardworking. He's a wonderful dad, wonderful husband. He's the kind of the embodiment of the American dream, coming from a small town, building a very nice business. He's left a big legacy at OSU and frankly in Oklahoma, and in El Reno, now Oklahoma City. He's left a big footprint, and I'm very proud to have him as a very good friend.
Ron, come on up. Let me take this. There you go. I'll jack this microphone up a little bit. Thank you.
Thank you. Note to self, don't let your family pick out the pictures. But anyway, it's been a wonderful ride. It's like I said, I came from a small community at Stigler, tucked in the rolling hills of eastern Oklahoma, and I came to school up here and studied in math and statistics, and we were doing some primitive things in the computer business in those days, but we thought we were pretty cool. Our programs were in key punch cards in big boxes. So, some of you probably are old enough to remember Cobalt and Fortran. So anyway, what we do today with laptops equaled kind of what we did with a whole room full of computers. But we certainly didn't know about the internet or the smartphone or AI. But we had our basic stuff, and we were into the world ready to conquer it. And maybe we did, maybe we didn't, but we had those dreams. So I will leave you with some things to think about today. I had the fortune to serve on the OSU Alumni board for 10 years and chairman in 2012. And just like tonight, I interviewed and talked with a number of alumni, people that accomplished way more than I did in life. And what I found out was that a common thread in that was, and actually probably most, started in the same humble backgrounds that I started in, but they had a dream, and they developed that dream and accomplished enormous things. So today, think about all of those young people that have that opportunity. They come here with a dream, and what we've got to do is make sure that they can accomplish that dream, that they have the ability to get here and pursue it. One of the things that, and I imagine all of you support this university in one way or the other, but consider scholarship as a goal, or maybe a portion of what your support of the university is. We simply cannot send these young people out in the world with thousands to maybe hundreds of thousands of student debt. We have to find the least among us the ability to fund their dream, and nobody should get closed out because they don't have the financial ability to do that. So keep that in mind. I think that's an important part of this university, to create the ability for these young people to pursue their dream. So anyway, I would keep that in mind. I'll leave you one example of a project we did that was really near and dear to me. When I came to school up here, I pledged to the Beta Theta Pi fraternity, and I met men there. Hank Hankel was one of them, Mike Wright, Don Nichols, that are great friends of mine, brothers for life. A few years back, we embarked on a project to build a new house. The house of 80 years old at 1207 University had lived its life, served the community well. And so we raised the funds, designed the building, and built the structure. It houses today 125 young men of principle, all with that dream and their dream.
And so it was a labor of love for us, and it takes its place on this campus with many other houses, as well as, gosh, Burns, I don't know, billions of dollars of new buildings on this campus. It simply amazes me what we've done. And I truly believe that the American dream is alive and well and thriving on this campus. I'd like to acknowledge my family, and I mean, you saw the pictures. I'm not sure one man could be so richly blessed. Thank you.
Ron and Chick and Bill, congratulations. We're certainly appreciative that we have legends like you guys still involved in the university. Are you guys not impressed? I mean, is that not, jump it to all of our winners? Yeah. We want to thank all of you who came out tonight to support the honorees, who have encouraged them and built them up as they've gone through their challenges and achievements through the year. And we're going to end tonight. Are you ready to end tonight with the alma mater? I'm going to sing it solo. I'm not going to sing it solo. Stand up and join me.